Which is the best city to live in? While London often takes centre stage as a world-leading centre of history, culture and commerce, today I'm going to be looking at some of the UK's best cities to live outside of the capital. And in this episode, we've taken a look at average house prices, rents, income and more to give you a snapshot of what it's like in some of the country's hotspots. Wherever you choose to settle, make sure that you do get my property report on any potential home. It gives you an in-depth profile of the property, the surrounds, the neighbourhood facilities, all of the essential info that you need to decide if it really is your dream home. You can get your property report now by clicking the link below. Starting in Scotland, both Edinburgh and Glasgow are fantastic cities to live, but I'm honing in on Glasgow thanks to its great value house prices. The average property price here is less than £200,000, with rents just over £1,000 a month. Nevertheless, the average annual income is £29,000, the same as in much pricier cities like Brighton, which makes city living here in Glasgow far more affordable. Glasgow is home to architectural gems, friendly locals, and a large student population. Whether you want to shop, dine, enjoy a night out, or appreciate its rich heritage, it ticks all the boxes. On the downside, the Scottish weather is famously dreary, and properties do tend to be on the smaller side, which might be a problem if you have a large family. In England, the capital of the north is undoubtedly Manchester. This vibrant, trend-setting, music-loving city is home to two of the world's most famous football teams. Yet it's within easy reach of the Peak District National Park and other beauty spots. The average house price here in Manchester is £245,000 and the average rent is £1,100. As a centre for industry, commerce and technology, salaries are well above the national average at £30,000 a year. What's not to like in Manchester? Well, the crime rate in certain areas is a little bit high, and along with much of the northeast, it rains a lot. Manchester's tongue-in-cheek rival, Liverpool, not only scores on its famous football grounds, but also on its reputation for a lively atmosphere and friendly locals. The cost of housing in Liverpool is also far less than you might expect from a large city. The average house price, just under £200,000, monthly rent, that's around £800. And yet the average salary is still around £27,000. Like many cities, the architecture here is mixed. There's beautiful historic buildings sit alongside some modern masterpieces, but there's a lot of distinctly average buildings in between. All you need to do is choose the area of the city carefully, as there are still quite a number of deprived and troubled areas in Liverpool. Next, we're off to wonderful Wales for a look at the capital, Cardiff. Here in Cardiff, the average property goes for around £270,000, with rents just topping £1,000 a month. Salaries averaging £28,000 a year. That makes Cardiff one of the more affordable cities on our list. Here in Cardiff, you can find modern waterfront flats, buzzy nightlife, and the famous sports stadium, alongside the benefits of living near amazing outdoor spaces like the Brecon Beacons. For many residents, Cardiff really offers the best of both worlds. However, transport links aren't great and travel tends to be pricey. No such problems though in Oxford, which is our next fantastic city to live. It has wonderful transport connections, which mean many make the commute from Oxford to London, and that partly explains the high average salary of £30,000 a year. Famous around the world for its exceptional university, Oxford offers brilliant restaurants, cosy cafes, picturesque streets, stunning architecture, history, culture, and world-renowned museums. What's not to like in Oxford? It's effortlessly and quintessentially English. But of course, almost as you'd expect, the downside is that this comes at a pretty hefty price tag. At over £565,000, property in Oxford is nearly double the UK average. Rents, I'm afraid, follow suit at just under £2,000 a month. Let's contrast that with Belfast, the most affordable city on my list today. Rents in Belfast are under £1,000 a month, and the average property goes for around £160,000. Average salaries still hitting the 28,000 mark. So Belfast is super affordable for city living. It's small, it's friendly, it's within easy reach of famous beauty spots like the Giant's Causeway. It has a fantastic array of pubs. Residents do, however, have to put up with hordes of admiring tourists. Back across the Irish Sea now to Brighton, nicknamed London by the Sea. It's vibrant, it's got great nightlife, and of course the famous beach. Brighton really does have something for everyone, whether you're a student, young professional, or you want to bring up a family. It is also home to one of the UK's largest LGBTQ communities, and even has its own fringe festival. If affordability is your main criteria, this might not be the place for you. Much like the capital, Brighton does come with a chunky price tag, I'm afraid. Even flats sell for an average of over 300 grand, while houses fetch over 470,000. Rents are a very toppy 1,600 a month, and good luck getting a parking space. My final pick for today is Bristol. I love Bristol. This West Country city is quickly becoming one of the UK's most sought after, thanks to great shopping and nightlife, a buzzy atmosphere, and its proximity to beautiful countryside and great surfing. All this plus historic landmarks and picturesque architecture. It's popular with tourists and students, and its population of nearly 700,000 is growing every single year. With house prices around the 360k mark and rents topping 1,400 a month, it's good to know that earnings in Bristol are above average at £33,000. I hope you've enjoyed my potted guide to just some of Britain's great cities. Which ones would be on your list? Let me know in the comments below, and do please join me again for my next guide by subscribing to this channel and hitting the alert button. I hope to see you next time.